The year is 1405. The Lahamm Archipelago is living a time of unrest. The war between Saria and Ingleton is raging. The defection of Commodore Henry Morgan led to the assassination of Queen Rada Hungarian. King Henry IV, filled with hatred and pain for the loss of his wife, started to call upon every available sailor to join the war and retaliate against the enemy. In the middle of the archipelago, Aegeus finally declared his independence and now is looking to build a strong nation. On the other side, the end of the War of the Coin left the Republic of Calgary in desperate need, and Fradiker seems willing to help in exchange for territory and resources. But a new religious movement is slowly building inside of this old kingdom, threatening to break it apart. In the south desert nation of Aegyptus, a civil war is threatening the commercial alliance with Obolowa. If the leaders of those oligarchic nations do not put a stop to this madness, there will be no commerce in the future. Welcome. I'm Hunter Storyteller David, and this is Tales of the Forgotten Seas. A brand new show that explored the lives of a group of fantastic characters involving the vicious and complex stories that I created. Are they some swaggering anti-heroes? Strange, fascinating one? Maybe some social revolutionaries? Set sail with us in this fantastic world and discover the true meaning of adventure. Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Tales of the Forgotten Sea, a brand new tabletop roleplay game created by yours truly, and we have Phoebs that plays...
Hi everyone, I'm Phoebs. I play sort of hobbit-like character with fiery red hair, a flair for the dramatic, and a love for explosions, whose name is Blaze.
Actually, your name is Ember, but it's okay. We can just...
Yeah, sorry.
That's how do you know it's your name?
Phoebs, just pick a name. It's one.
No,
It's
Ember.
Blaze
Ember's good.
or
Ember's good.
Ember. You choose. But without further ado, we have Riska played by
Francesco. I am Riska. I am a Sephiota from Ingetir. I'm an alchemist with Tifi traits, and I'm currently employed by the Ingetirian Navy.
and from a completely different part of the archipelago, we have Jean played by
Played by Alex. Hello, my name is Alex. I play as Jean Leon. I am a human from Fradiker and a very popular bard, actor, duelist, a lot of stuff. And I'm currently trying to leave Aegeus.
quite with good result, I would say. But last but not least, our beautiful Ezel played by
Hello everybody, I am Agiro, as mentioned before. I am playing Hazel Gallagher. She's a human, she's a fighter, and she's from Ingetir.
and she is a bit of leave me alone. I like the woods. I don't want to stay with the people.
Not a very social person.
No. Let's have a quick recap of what's happening so far. Amber, talking with Vardis, is a circus ringleader, is trying to reach the city of Rock Hill to land this, let's say, deal and bring the whole circus down to Rock Hill for a festival. In order to get there, you need to get first to the harbor city of Whalebones. And with a little bit of help through thanks to the circus people and a little bit of company of a very good bard, it is now at the harbor of the previously quoted city. In the meantime, Jean met someone from his past, someone he didn't want to meet. A man named Jacques, actually short for Jean-Jacques, a member of something like a secret society of some sort, a member for Fradiker, a member of the White Roses. They try to introduce him to a woman that we don't got her name yet, but she had those long wavy hair, and she had this flower with a drop of blood made of very nice crystal. The two of them, in different way, embark on this boat named Queen of the Sea on Harbor 15, and they leave Aegeus, and after 3 weeks at sea and a little bit of turbulence, they finally first reach Valonian, the capital of Ingetir, and immediately after that, Whalebone, deep into Kinimor territory, one of the three main states of Ingetir. On the other side, from Ingetir itself, Riska was called by his captain, Stephen Biker, a massive Natos humanoid shark, and in a meeting with him and his bosun, Michael Devere, they were trying to convince Riska to look into his past and his connection with a gang. That it was not really his gang, but a name that he knew and someone that he was kind of connected with. A man named Charles Vane, or also known as Charles the Cruel. In the meantime, he was looking around the city. He witnessed a robbery. A young man stole some coin from Hazel's purse and literally disappeared into an alley. The two of them followed the boy to be ambushed by a group of teens that were trying to get Hazel money and maybe something even more. Let's not go into detail, but the thing is, thanks for a little bit of intimidation and a little bit of showing off what they were going to do to them, Riska and Hazel were set free and they were into chatting and connecting, and Hazel got a job to protect the ferry that goes from Whalebones to Rock Hill, up to the river that goes into the territory. And at the same time, Riska was looking around for more information about Charles Vane, and they met a man, a Sarpatas named Cervantes, from Calgary. A man that seems a little bit unhinged, with a flair for big movements, a big smile, sniffing out people, and with shiny eyes, and a lot of different, I would say, weird peculiarity. They set a meeting with him for the day after. In the early morning, around 9 o'clock, they started to went to the harbor. The same day when finally our friend Jean and Ember reached Whalebones. And that was we left off. So, without further ado, let's have those two new people in town have a little bit of sightseeing. When you get down to the gangplank from the Queen of the Sea, the city of Whalebone doesn't strike you as a massive one. What you've seen before when you reach Valonia, it was kind of amazing, kind of striking, with all those beautiful white buildings, with all those statues that was welcoming you, representing the queens and the kings. Compared to that, Whalebones is small and kind of ugly. 3 or 4 ships. Most of them are fishmonger kind of ships. And there is an area where they butchering all the fish and sea creature that they harvest every single day, because there is a strong smell coming from the east side of the harbor. You pass through custom, showing some documents of who you are and why you're here. For you, Amber, everything is being provided by Vardis in order to smooth the operation, so you don't get involved too much in bureaucratical stuff. On the other side, Jean have a little bit more trouble because, as we said before, Ingetir is at war. Ingetir is at war with Saria, and you are coming from Aegeus. That is still one of the country that, because of the whole political situation at the moment, is being seen with a little bit of suspicious. They make you wait for a good 20 to 30 minutes before giving back your papers. There is a lot of questioning, so give me a general idea of what you're answering about those things.
So mainly I'm looking for a better future in Ingetir. I'm trying to re-establish myself after leaving the chaotic land of Aegeus, where no law actually exists. And I'm here to be an Ingetirian citizen at some point, to be a proud member of your nation. That's the drill I go with.
Okay. So,
I'm trying to appeal to their nationalist feeling. Like, actually,
yeah,
since
no,
we're at war.
I
Since they're
see
at war.
that, especially because you know better than anyone that law in Aegeus exists is quite strict, actually. Especially if you want to make sure that everything running smoothly in such
And
a
I make
small
sure
island.
that I show them that I speak good Inquisitorian. Or I try at least.
You try to. Okay. Remind me how much is good your Ingeterian in a value from 1 to 5, when you know 1 is minimum and
I am
5
at
is the top. What is yours?
3 out of 5. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5,
It's not
so
that
it's
bad.
quite good. Sometimes you can consider you can almost speak English better than the common, farmer in the countryside. You have a little bit of more knowledge of words and etc. And the way that you are phrasing things seems to put the customer service a little bit of ease. But let's start with a roll of persuasion. Actually, you know what? No. Because we are doing bureaucratical stuff, I'm going to ask you for more something like basically society and etiquette. So I want to use your panache for it.
So I have 2 in Etiquette Society, 4 panache.
Okay.
So it's success and
So
I give 2.
we have just a reminder for all the viewers out there. You choose one of your characteristics, your traits, in this case panache, and one your skills. The value of those two combined together are the number of the dice you roll. But you don't keep all of them. You keep just the amount equal to your skill. And you try to get the best result ever. When you are proficient in those skills, every time you roll a 6, that 6 explode and can give you up to higher numbers. So, because you are already acting on something like to persuade them to be a little bit more good towards you, I will give you a little bit of bonus on the result. And give you a plus 1. So, tell me.
So +1, that makes a 9. Is it
A
enough?
9. Okay, a 9. For a complete success, I was looking for a 10. A 9 is quite close enough. So what is the result is you still have a success, but with a little bit of a feedback. And the feedback, it's the fact that you are being held in custom for quite some time. So those 30, 40 minutes that I told you before, they're getting to almost 45. But at the end of it, you get on your papers a stamp that allow you to travel to the country without too much problem. On the outside,
Is Ember waiting for me though?
yeah, I was
It's like,
asking Hember what you are doing.
All right. So my answer is when they question me, I say I'm looking for ducks
what?
and or geese. I'm not very picky.
Don't you have papers? I thought you
I'm
had
a,
papers.
I'm a lion tamer. No, lion. Sorry, I'm a beast tamer.
Okay. So you have like 2 or 3 people at the custom service, like.
So my name is Eustathius Riverbank, but my stage name is Ember Beastbinder. And the beast binding part is that I can control ducks, but I'm not very good at it. And I want to hone my skills. Also, I've heard you have a festival,
Sorry, young
and
man. Sorry, young man.
yeah,
I'm interrupting you there. Did you say that your surname is Riverbank?
yes,
Did you come from Ingeteer?
no,
Did your parents come from Ingeteer?
maybe.
It's a quite common names up in Avalonian. So I was wondering why you have such a surname.
That was my parents' surname. We've been living in Aegeus for all my life.
Okay. Interesting story, by the way. Wait me here.
I turn at oh sorry. Wait. I haven't opened my notes. Give me a second.
Yeah, you are not with Jean. There is
Oh.
a queue. Each member of the crew gets separated from one another. Even member of the same family, they need to go through custom.
Okay.
It is a long process.
It's okay. Do I have anyone near me? I wanted Zan, but do I have anyone near me?
There is one of the women that was on board is behind you. He's holding like a child. There is a strange things because there is a kind of resemblance with the infant, but the infant has a kind of a bluish skin, and she is definitely a short Minotaur woman with dark brown skin.
All right. I turn around to her. My first reaction is, but okay. And I tell her, I think this goes well. I think this is gonna go well.
She just nod, and the child is just and it's like, shh. and she's not paying attention to you at the moment. After a few seconds, you kind of see behind there a very small figure that is probably pretty much your size, and is an Ichthyan's, and of course his skin is quite more bluish. So you started to put two and two together of where the child come from. So, young
I
man,
look at the guy in a sense of well done with the Minotaur. Nice.
okay.
Okay. Ballsy guy.
Yeah, Minotaur are usually not very tall. They're quite broad. Usually around 150, 160, maybe 170 for the tallest of them. This ethnicity is usually bulky and quite sturdy, both man and woman, without distinction. And compared to her, he's like a very small frame guy. So the custom service attendant just come back to you and with all the rest of your paper and let you go. Apparently, according to what they say, maybe one of your parents had Ingetirian origin, so allowed to travel to the country without too many issues.
Nice.
Still, it took those 15-20 minutes in order to do the whole process. And when you get out of the other side of the custom area, you get pretty much welcomed by this wind that bring a stench of fish and the classic smell of the harbor. You see a group of dock worker just bringing boxes here and there. There is seagulls and other flying birds squawking in the sky around you. The buildings around this area are not very tall, maybe 1 or 2 stories. Very, squared in terms of shapes. Because this is where you guys, there is most of the stuff is for storage. So you don't go to see the beautiful architecture of Ingetir in this area. It's more functional. It's more like this is built for necessity more than aesthetic. And you also see that your new friend, Jean, or John, unless you decided to present yourself with your true name. So your friend John is not here. You are being separated probably the beginning of this interaction and is not out yet. So what are you doing?
All right. I won't spend any time looking for him. In my mind, I will bump into him at some point.
Okay.
I want to leave because when they let me pass after they tell me this information, I do a small prayer inside of my head. Not a prayer. I give small thanks to Taller inside my head, and then I want to go to a bar and find some alcohol to drink in his name as a way to offer him a drink for helping me.
You decided to have a drink in Talor's name. Of course,
Yeah.
as you know, is not a recognized religion here in Ingetir.
Yeah, I give it to myself.
So going around preaching Talor is not the best option here. But maybe you're going to find some minded people around. You don't know. So in the meantime, you're looking for a tavern. And I will say you don't need a perception roll or a survival roll in this case, because in an arbor there is not just one, but probably 3 or 4 aligned on both sides of the street. Also here in Ingetir,
Also, if I use the survival roll to find alcohol, this would make me a bit of an alcoholic.
no. You're going to see a couple of them that with interesting name. One is the Red Lion. The other one is the White Deer. There is multiple of them, and so you just decided to pick one randomly, or one of those names pique your interest.
I like the second one. The first one seemed too red light districty. The third one seemed a bit too goody goody. I like the middle one,
The White Deer.
the white deer. Seems like in my level of
Yeah.
people and money.
Literally, some of them are almost like facing each other on both sides of the street. And the White Deer has a very simple sign. It's a bar with the head of a white deer drawn on it, and the name is not even carved; it's just painted on a board on top. Why on the other side, the red lion actually has like a small statue of a lion, not very well done, kind of a little bit ruined by the weather, that is being painted red. And the queen's the queen's head is a little bit far down the street, so you don't see much of it. But the inside of the tavern is quite rowdy. There is already people drinking in the morning, and there is a few waiters. Something like on a quick glance, you find 5 of them bringing food around. It seems early morning. Is around 8:30 in the morning, and they are bringing kind of a heavy breakfast for your point of view. There are sausages and beans and eggs, roasted tomatoes, and other things like that. Everyone sitting there eating or drinking. Some people drinking already ale in the early morning, some other tea, and the less risky one going in something more like a cider to put down everything with it. One of the waiters just see you. Table for 1, 2.
No, just myself.
Follow me, and
Okay.
just move things around, and they say, "Okay, folk, he's going to sit with you," and put you a stool closer, and there is a table with other 4 people, all eating. They just raise their head, acknowledge your presence, and keep eating.
Okay. Hi there, friends.
Uh,
I'm Ember.
One of them say Paul, and the other one just don't answer.
Hey, Paul, you seem like a good guy.
Yeah,
What are we having? Is it any good?
and he just cut a piece of sausage and he put it in front of you on the plate. That at the moment
Ooh.
is empty.
Thank you. I taste it.
It's boar.
Gamey. Okay.
It's a very
Uh,
strong taste, quite pungent a little bit, but probably because of there is the gravy cut from the beans and etc. It just it's not too heavy, at least to put it down. When you get down to your throat and down to your stomach, it almost feels like this. They settle down into your
oh my
stomach.
god. Okay.
Wow.
I grab the waiter before he leaves, and
Yeah. Well,
I tell him, okay, so I'm gonna have what they're having,
okay.
and
Breakfast.
a big glass of ale and a shot.
Shot of what?
Uh,
Rum,
do
whiskey.
you do you have anything that kills brain cells?
Kills brain cells. Okay. We have the drink of the house. I will bring it to you.
Nice. So, friends, why are you here?
Some of them raised their eyes, and Paul said, "Listen, we are just dock worker. We are just need peace and quiet. So please,
Fair enough. I'm not, if anything, peaceful and quiet. So, where do
you
you
are
work?
definitely not quiet."
Okay. So I asked him, do you work here in the harbor?
I just said,
Yeah. We're gonna come with our troupe, our circus troupe, here in town, and they sent me to scout ahead, so I can hook you up with some tickets.
you look at the other. Now it's a circus fun. Also, I don't think you're talking about Whalebones. There is going to be a festival down to the Rock Hill. You're speaking of that,
Yeah, I was gonna head there.
okay?
I've heard that your festivals are amazing.
Been there once. It looks fine.
Why only once?
I need to work.
Fair enough.
These things don't
Where
pay
did,
for itself.
what? Excuse me?
These things doesn't pay for itself.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And since you work here in the docks, you should
Uh-huh.
know a few things of how things come and go, right?
Yeah.
So, have you seen any ships transferring any animals recently?
We have one work about animals just an half an hour.
Half an hour ago?
I don't know, it's a big, massive crate. They need 10 of us to move it.
Have you seen them moving any ducks?
I look at the other. Not that I'm aware.
Damn. Gunpowder?
Oh, that's definitely. we are at war, son. So I don't think you are going to have any problem of finding gunpowder in town.
Thank you for informing me. And where would someone could procure such gunpowder?
I mean, I'm not an expert. I mean, just moving crates. But sorry, I think down to Dock 5, there is an area where there is this warehouse with a lot of material like coal and maybe you can find there.
All right. Thank you very much. For that, my friend, I'm gonna buy you around.
I look at the other. It's 10 silver each. It's a
What?
little bit pricey for you, I understand.
It is a little bit pricey. Jesus Christ. Okay.
And in the
Ah,
meantime, you think about it. The waiters came. Your breakfast, and there it is.
okay, and one around
Frost
for my
grog.
friend.
And she put this little cup. It's not like a tanker. It's a little cup of pretty much this size, and you see almost like a bubbling things that came out with a little bit of smoke out of it.
Okay. I tell the waiter, bring around for my friend too, and don't worry about it. Easy come, easy go.
And Paul order for everyone at the table. The waiters just okay. 7 silver.
7 silver. All right. I give them.
Thanks. And actually, she doesn't. He doesn't say 7 silver, but to be precise, said 7 Kruger. That is the way that people call here the money. Why don't you roll me, any one of you, except for maybe the 2 Ingetirian people, roll me an history roll to understand a little bit of why, if you're interested in this, of course.
History is with cunning.
Cunning. If you want, you can also do it society, because it's based on, society rules and etc. I let you choose the skill, but cunning stay the same.
Can I also roll?
Yeah, if you want, yes, of course.
Because I rolled just for fun, and I got a 6, and then another
This is
6,
an
and then another
information
6.
for the player that I'm sharing with you, but also for the viewer. So,
I got a 6 and a 5.
a 6 and a 5, okay. So we have an 11. That's very good.
And a 23.
23, okay. You know exactly why they call it Krug. You have a vague memory of it, a vague knowledge of it. For the two, this is an information for all my players, all my viewers, all our viewers. So, long time ago, one of the king of Ingetir started to make coins. And they needed to decide who face was going to be on which coin. Of course, the most important coins, like gold and platinum, they were having the face of the king and the queen. But what to do with silver and coppers? For the silver, the king decided to use the face of one of his cousins. The name of the man was Frederick Kruger III. And because silver is the coin that pretty much is being used every day for most of the things, give me 1 silver or give me 1 Kruger became the most common word. And that is the reason why in Ingetir most of the people say 3 Kruger, 7 Kruger, and etc. etc. It's just
So Kruger is the main name of every money they use,
Yeah.
be it gold, silver, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So, moving on, she asks you for 7 Kruger. You find it in your pouch, you pay, and you just immediately realize that the people around the table was trying to get money out of you before the waiters just literally save your purse. For efficiency of storytelling, you are finishing your meal, and in the meantime, Jean, you finally get out, and you are facing the same kind of situation in the harbor, but your new friend Ember is nowhere to be seen.
I think Zon is a bit glad about this.
Well, no, you know what? No, now I am alone. I don't like being alone. I try to smell the alcohol.
He's a little bit everywhere, especially because, as I said, there are multiple taverns along the way. In one of them,
Ember?
literally coming out from one of them, there is a couple of friends that are just met, and they are now walking towards your direction. People that you don't know, but at the moment they seems to walk directly towards you. And it's not them that caught your attention, but another couple that is behind them. Apparently, it didn't see you. They are wearing civil clothes, but you have met them a few weeks ago in a tavern in Aegeus. One was
Them
Jean-Jacques,
again.
and the other one is the woman with the long, wavy blue hair.
The
They
Navy.
are looking around,
Right.
almost looking for something, and they didn't see you. And they are heading towards the Red Lion Tavern.
So it's them and two other people, right? It's like four of them.
No. There was a couple of friends, coming out the White Lion. The Red Lion Tavern.
The Red
And they
Lion.
were moving literally towards you, and in the meantime, those other two were walking in. So that is the reason why you spot them.
I don't know if I want to spy on them or talk to them. You know what? I will actually, this time, try to get some money. And they were talking about money. So I'm going to ask them. Again, I'm trying to reintroduce myself.
Okay, so you going towards them. How you caught their
Mhm.
attention? Especially
Maybe this
because at
time.
the moment they
Maybe
are
this
not
time.
looking at you. They are like you see them from behind. You caught their 3/4 from behind. So they are walking towards the tavern right now.
I just run up a bit behind them and I'm like, bonjour.
Ho, ho, ho.
They stop. They look at each other, and Jean-Jacques is turn and it just is quite surprised. Oh, it's you.
Of course it's me. What's the plan?
And she just look at you like, oh, really? Again? That kind of face?
Well, you can't really get away from me. You can't really get rid of me.
Apparently so.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Jean was your name, right?
John,
What brings you here in Ingetir?
well, you said that would be an assignment in Inglaterra. We made bad impression first time, so I'm trying again. This time with a bigger smile and without distractions.
She looked around. Yes, it seems so.
And
She's
at that point,
speaking
I started
with you in Aegeus. She's
Okay,
just to make everything clear. If no one can,
perfect.
unless they speak Aegeus, they can't understand you.
Excellent. I speak in English as well. Because
She's not wearing the pin, and also she's not wearing the uniform.
Mhm.
Actually, they are wearing civil clothes, and it's roll me an insight check.
Of course I will. But I get a bit what's going on. But let's roll it. Wow, I forgot I have someone. Is it with cunning or
In
panas?
this case, is it with cunning? Yes, I will say with
Cunning.
cunning
What's
and
going on?
your skill.
Okay, I rolled very good, I think. It's a 9, 15, 20.
Oh, very good indeed. Yes, you probably already catch the drift. You take a critical token for it. You double the number I was looking for. So great for you. So they are trying to blend.
They're trying to hide.
They are
They don't want to they try to make sure they are not considered Navy or whatever more they are.
especially because if they come here in in Ingetir with Fradeker uniform and etc. Not right now, but those two nations were at war for a long time.
I make a note of that and I'm like, and I speak in Aegeus at first. I'm like, maybe you need someone who can speak the local language much better than you can. And I immediately change it in Ingetherian and I tell them, ain't it right? I don't know if they understand it, but
And
I give away what I want to mean.
when she was talking with you in Aegeus, as I said, there was a little bit of an accent, but now when she answered back to you in Ingeterian, you hear the Fradeker accent. Yeah, we are looking maybe for an interpreter, and I probably need some help. I will say, yeah, we better to find someone to blend with. We were looking for a guide here. Do you know someone?
Find someone and I can talk with them and be your interpreter.
Of course, I know him. It's me.
Well, I am a good guide. I just never been here before.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay.
And I know telegrams now, and I'm pretty proud of that.
We are. Listen, we need to rest up a moment. just recollect ourselves, and maybe we can set up a meeting in, I will say, around 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. I don't seem to have a watch. What time is it?
Or you can look there. There is a clock tower that you can see it from
Why
distance.
do they have giant clocks here? This is one weird city.
Clock tower are not such terrible things, especially at the moment. Technologically speaking, you already achieved that kind of level, but of course not in a small size. So clock tower for everyone to see it is like, oh, okay, this is the time. It's 8:45, so it's like 15 minutes wait.
Minutes.
And right now, especially right now, I was mentioning a couple of friends that they are coming out of the Red Lion. Those friends are Riska and Hazel, are now heading towards an appointment with a strangely fleek figure called Cervantes. So, how you want to approach this?
Oh, Hazel, I'm a little bit worried about something that Cervantes said yesterday. That some lady, I believe, will examine us and see if
But
we're
as
worthy of
well,
a job. Exactly. What could they possibly want to do with our blood? That's something that's really worrying me.
I'm guessing nothing good.
Exactly. But my question is, so I was thinking of not providing it, but they will want some blood. So
So we're gonna give them
for
some
me,
bad racist blood.
the thing is, I see two uses of our blood. One is to check basically run a background check of who we are and where we come from, which is a problem for me because of my employer at the moment. The other one is use it to control us somehow. The
I
first use case is probably not that big of a deal to give someone else's blood, but the second one is a bit meh.
Yeah, I don't know how we could do that. And I'm guessing we cannot synthesize something that looks like a blood.
I could
Yeah.
do that, yes. I could do that. I'm not sure if I have the time to do that, but that's kind of my job.
Ah, a happy coincidence.
I happen to be an alchemist, a mutagenist specifically.
Wow, that's actually very interesting. Okay, so what do we decide?
I would like to craft us some, or put together some improvised fake blood for the both of us before we actually go to the appointment. It's not going to be 100% accurate because we don't have a lot of time, I think. I think it's about 9 from what we said earlier.
What time is it now?
It's 8:45, and you have
Nice.
actually, let's say it's 20 to 9 because there was the discussion in the main time. So you have kind of 20 minutes before the actual meeting. The guy, you remember, said around 9 o'clock, so you don't need to be super precise.
Okay. So, do you believe we have enough time? Can you do it?
I think I can put something together. The other question is, once we do have the fake blood, how do we provide the fake blood? Like it's not very common to walk up to an appointment and say, by the way, I got my blood here, just in case.
Here's your bucket of blood.
Well, that is true, but we did know that they're going to ask for it, so maybe we were prepared.
Yeah, to make a good impression, we're looking for a job after all, for all
Can
they
you just,
know.
can you
So
just give them a vial as a token?
what was that, Amber?
Can you just give them a vial of blood as a token? Like, here, this is a sample.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen if we have the fake blood, but maybe they want to take it themselves. Like just a pinch.
I mean, there's no harm in getting ready for it anyway, right? And then
You
we
mean
can try and persuade them in actually accepting our samples.
the
Yeah, I'd
vial,
go for
the
that.
vial is gonna have, let's say, your blood in it. The fake blood is supposed to be your blood.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's gonna be very weird. Going up to someone and say, "Oh, I already drained my blood. Here, take this."
I mean, we were specifically warned about it, so we're just trying to
Let them
make a good
touch.
impression.
Yes.
Oh, we came prepared. Here it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so weird. No, you know what? Do this. I want to see how this goes.
We're gonna fight.
There is no right or wrong here, guys. Everything is up to you.
Maybe in order to persuade them, we can, cause some kind of an injury to a hand or a finger or something like that. A little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah.
I'm guessing that you guys are walking in the meantime you're speaking. I don't think you're still standing still in the middle of the road.
No,
Yeah.
we're walking.
And my question for you, Riska, is where are you going to do to such operation? How you want to proceed?
I need a quiet place for this, so I'm probably gonna be not in the immediate vicinity of the tavern, just in case a runner walks by and wonders what we're cooking at 9 a.m. in the morning. But still an alley around there, one of the taverns. You mentioned there's many close to each other, so maybe a couple of taverns away. We stop by in the back and get crafty.
Okay, and what do you want to use as a fake blood? That's my second question.
I think the easiest thing we have at hand is hard coloring some red wine. That's probably the closest thing that comes to mind. And we're surrounded by taverns, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, sounds like the most accessible, most harmless thing we can find.
Can you also roll me just a cunning check? Are you a cunning check or a traits check or characteristic check is when I'm asking you to roll just one of your characteristics, one of the 6 in order to see if an effect or something affect you directly and is not involving any of the skills. In this case, I want to see if I can give, according to your roll, if maybe I can give you some int.
Like that. 5 in cunning, so let's go.
Yeah, you're a very smart guy,
That's
so that is the reason I'm asking you to roll this.
it. It doesn't come across, but yeah, trust the character sheet. I rolled a 22.
The 22. Okay, in this
Jeez.
case, there is no critical result. It's just how higher you go, better is the result, and in this case, the suggestion. As I described it
Sorry,
before,
the sixes don't explode on this roll,
no,
right?
it doesn't. They don't.
Okay.
It's just a specific check on your traits. So I want to say this. As I described it before, this is a harbor, and there is a lot of fishmongers. And one thing that stain everything in this harbor is blood. From fishes that being gutted, from people that cut themselves using ropes or knife by accident, and etc. There is not a lot of it, but of course is there. So with a little bit of stealth, maybe you can snatch a little bit. Also, there is another thing that they is usually used by fishermen is a bucket of chum to attract fish and things like that. When you gut a fish and you create the bucket of chum that is going to be definitely bloody. That or are a good option for you on top of the maybe tainted red wine.
I mean, it's certainly more believable. I was also thinking that being at war and being an arbor, there must be a lot of wounded people around. But again, I really wouldn't like to use people's blood.
Especially because you don't know what eventually this woman is intended to do with it. But also,
Exactly.
as a reminder, you are deeper into the country. We are not at the edge of the country. Kinnimore Islands are far far west compared to where the war is going on right now. So there are not much of such things as hospital or wounded people right now in this area of the country.
That's a good point. So we could go for the bucket. Hazel, the thing that worries me about the bucket is that outside the immediate vicinity of the harbor, that's going to draw a lot of attention because that thing probably stinks.
Yes, and I also have one other concern that this woman is a witch. Maybe she can tell human blood from other blood. Maybe,
Does,
depending
does
on how.
wine make it better then?
Hmm, I'm guessing. You know what? Let's go for it.
Which one? The wine or the fish?
The fish. At least it's blood. I mean, closer.
True. Do we even need to steal it? Bucket of chum?
We can buy it.
We're too good for this word, Hazel. This is not gonna end well.
So just to recap a bit, you who lived on the streets want to grab a bucket of fish guts in order to cook something that's not meth, apparently.
No, That's not met. This is made it in a complete different way. We are not going to share it here on the channel. But and yes, that's what they want to do. So please, guys, go ahead. Be my guest.
Okay, how are we going to do that?
Let me set the scene for you. You are starting to walk around the harbor a little bit. You see the docks, you see some of the piers. As I said, there are not many of them. Much closer you get to the east side of the harbor, more the smell of fish and sea creatures that are being caught and slaughtered in this area is pungent, is very prominent. I say pregnant by mistake. Sorry. It's not difficult to find what you're looking for. There is also one creature of the sea creature that you know as a devil shark. They are not like Natos. They are not evolved humanoid. They are actual shark. They are called devil shark because from the side of the head they have this cartilaginous, like almost like a horn. Then is of course covered with their skin, but it creates this effect that they almost like have two horns on the side. They are actual fin, but they gave this creature the name. And there is one of them, and he's been recently gutted and sliced open, and is now slowly dripping on the floor. There are some buckets under it, so it's not terrible. You know, for you guys, you know that those they are rare and difficult to catch, but when you get one of them, their meat is sold for quite high price at the fish market because they are very delicious. But the process of having one clean is almost like the same process you do when you work on a pig. You need to make sure that the blood is completely out.
We can take that bucket full of blood.
At the moment,
Don't even need the whole bucket. Can we just like dip a couple of vials in?
I think it would be
It's-
more weird dipping vials into the blood than taking an empty bucket and switching it with the full one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Paradoxically, that's the
there is a fisherman there. It's a very old Taruk guy. It's this humanoid tortoise with a bit of overbite, and he's sitting down on a stool, and he's not even looking at there. He's just smoking a joint,
Nice.
looking at the sea.
We can try to take the bucket.
If you wanna, there are a couple of empty buckets close to him, and there is definitely like 3 of them under the shark. Then one of them is almost full.
Yeah, we'll go for that. I'm going to change the buckets.
You going to change the bucket? Okay. Can I have? Okay.
The
in this
old
case,
switcheroo.
it's more like a sleight of hand things. So I want your agility and thievery skill.
Okay, so you want my agility.
Agility and thievery skill. If you're not proficient in thievery, yeah, go for that. As a reminder for everyone, in case you are not proficient in a skill, you still roll the skill. You kept 1 dice, but don't have exploding 6s. So, please.
So I'm
As
going.
we're walking towards the bucket, though, I
Yes.
split from Hazel. As I notice that she's going for the bucket, I go for the man sitting down, and I try to entertain me for a second while she's going to swap the buckets.
Look at you. In the meantime,
Good
you roll.
morning, good sir.
Hey,
Good morning, good sir. We just made harbor, been at sea for weeks. Can you tell me where it's a good place to go and, find some food and some good drinks, since drinking in the morning is a thing in Ingetir.
what's for me for in this?
Helping a fellow Ingetirian that's just coming back from fighting?
Go fuck yourself.
Oh no.
Strong man. Good man.
Jesus Christ.
It's all good. Depending how we rolled, it's all good.
I had a 6.
Well, you have a good rest of your day, sir.
Please.
Well, I had a 6, a 4, and a 1, but I only keep the 6, so.
Fair enough. It's a 6, unfortunately. It's not exploding, but still good. You quickly change. There is like a clanking sound of dunk dunk when you're doing that. But thanks for your distraction. The guy just slowly turn, look at the shark, look at the bucket.
Mhm.
And now you guys have sneaking away with you, especially you, with a bucket full of blood.
No, nothing weird about that, though.
No?
No.
Already loving this session.
So, please, what are you going to do?
Okay, so what we're doing with that?
I think we're not feeling, because that would be suspicious. Like we didn't spend the night, draining blood and sharing stories. We just,
Okay,
I get
fair,
two
fair.
vials out of my alchemist kit that I have in my inventory and put some blood in both of them.
Okay, you just carefully you put the vials into the bucket, collect some blood. It's very dark. You may be gonna get away with it, but you also thinking, you know what? Roll me alchemy.
Let me see.
You know,
Alchemy.
when you steal a bucket of blood with someone, you bond.
You're bonded for life.
It's a bonding experience.
That is true. I cannot find alchemy on the
As a
characters.
nature
Oh no, got
alchemy.
it. It's a 1, and roll that with cunning.
Yes, you're lucky. It's with cunning.
Nice. So
In
that's
your case,
6
is a lot
dice.
of dice. It's already 6 dice. Unfortunately, you're gonna keep one, but explode in sixes because you're proficient.
If you have 6s, that's a 15 with 6 dice.
Oh,
So which one is the highest?
It's a 5.
So it's going to be a 5. That's the thing.
Oh right, yes, you're
Yeah,
right.
because you're
Oh
gonna
my
keep
god.
only one. Unfortunately, is not a skill. Is not a characteristic check. Is a skill check. So when you're filling the vial, you realize, okay, maybe I put it a little bit too much, because if I actually, human body, and also Sarikard's and Ixian body, they tend to keep the blood inside. This is a natural thing. When you cut yourself, you're not spraying out blood like a fountain. You just dripping. So if you file an entire vial like that, it means that you literally cut almost like your arm and you just waited there for minutes. So after a few seconds, you pour the vial, like maybe you keep just this amount inside, and thanks also to your 5, I will say you also had a little bit of that wine that you tried to take before, just to make it a little bit more liquid, because now, of course, if the blood is being there for a long time, it tends to be very dense.
yes.
So you want it to look a little bit more fresh. You think you have done a pretty decent job. You have one vial. Do you give the other one to Hazel, I presume?
Yes.
Perfect. And you see,
Yes.
by the end of this, all of this, you look up, both of you, and realize that is 9:05. 5 minutes past.
It's
So
okay. Minutes are
still on
okay.
time. Maybe you need to move quite a little bit faster. What's happening on the other side of the harbor is that Jean and Amber kind of find each other a little bit. Amber, you finish your breakfast, you feel kind of full. Do you try the frozen grog?
Yes, I first of all I drink the shot in the
Okay.
name of Talor, and I give him thanks
Hmm.
silently. Then I finish my meal. I drink while I eat. I don't want to get too hammered.
Mm-hmm.
And since I've already paid, I thank my new friends and I leave the table to go to the place the guy told me about.
Okay. So, the first thing first, you drank the shot. So when you're doing it, like, it's like quite intense. It's a mix of rum, orange, herbs, and something that you can. It's like something minty that is very cold. So
I
even
like
if
it.
this thing is bubbling and is creating a little bit of smoke, when you put it down, it's just like it goes down to your throat, almost like you just drank like a frozen cola. It's interesting, definitely different. And apparently this is the signature cocktail or drink of this establishment.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
What's happened there is that when you walk out, and you started to go in towards the hedge of the arbor, you also see Jean in your case, being approached by the same two guys, and they are on the side of the road talking. This is after your first meeting, Jean. This is when they finally get out of the Red Lion and they are walking towards you.
Since we didn't make a good first impression on that lady, and she's a bit, let's say she's a bit, she's a stuck up.
Uptight.
Uptight, yeah. I will try to hold my distance for now, and if I see them all live together, I will go and join them. If I see them leave and John being alone, I will try and join him.
Okay. So you stay on a little bit far away and just look at the situation. Maybe you're just sitting outside and look at them. And Jean, you are being approached by the woman again. She is using a serviette, foulard or something, just to clean the edge of her mouth. Put it back in her pocket, down a little bow with the head, and said, Monsieur, let's restart again our introduction. My name is Han Lefleur. You are?
John. My name is John. Just John.
Just John. Interesting. As you can hear, my Ingetir, she's speaking Ingetir right now, has a little bit of difficulty because of my accent. And I'm afraid that the people here will be a little bit hasty on judging us, even if we try to do good things. So, you are proposing yourself as an interpreter, and you're proposing yourself as a person that want to help us. And I wonder...
Myself. As someone who wants money.
Okay, so you're in for the money. How much do you ask?
Not much, really. I just need a few coins for my everyday needs and everyday food and drink, as much as I can. Like some, how do you say it here? Like some Krugers, say some, maybe one or two gold ones per day of service.
$1 million.
Okay, I don't think that we can afford the 2 gold a day. Maybe 1 gold and I will say 5 silver.
1 gold, 5 silver, and my food and drink. I don't drink much, I don't eat much, but I like eating good.
Can I go for same amount, but is included the food and drinks? But we can gonna take care of accommodation.
You know what? You have a deal.
She extend her hand to shake it.
I just shake her hand like normal.
Okay.
Like I don't kiss her hand or something. I
No.
just
She
give her
shake
a hand.
it. She shake it, and she immediately,
Well, I'm smiling and I'm saying we have a deal. Why not? I'm new here. You're new here. So why are you here?
So this is Jean-Jacques Rousseau, my trustworthy companion, and Jean-Jacques just he said Jacques for short. He said in Fradeker, and when he speaks in Fradeker, of course, it doesn't have an accent. We are, I will say, not hunting down, while we are collecting information.
Mm-hmm.
There is a man that we are looking for. We want to understand his business, and we want to understand why he's doing what he's doing. To be precise, why he's looking to acquire so many slaves, or how they call it, husk.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of them.
Yeah, they are all over the archipelago, and it's a awful thing.
I was gonna ask, how come you are interested with that kind of business? Are you with the Navy?
Yes, I'm with the Navy, but this is a personal thing.
Right.
Fradeker Navy doesn't have any law against slavery, neither Ingtier. The only country in the world that apparently is against slavery is Aegeus and Hungary, but we are not there. So there is I will say, people do good business. The slavery market, and those poor people are treated like object. I don't like that, and neither my friends. And we want to understand what is the true intention of Mr. B.
Probably it's money. I mean, if he's selling off slaves.
Yeah, but no one acquires so many at the same time. He's not a member of the slavery. How you
He's
call
not
it?
a normal slave.
Exactly.
He procured like a large number for someone particular, for some
Yes.
peculiar reason.
For
I'm
some
interested
peculiar
now.
reason, so we want to understand the reason and why. And eventually try to discover who is behind him. Because
So what
I
you're
can.
telling me is that I have to go against some person that has probably friends in high places and make a friend of him or approach him in some way in order to get information for you.
We are not asking such a thing. We are not asking such a thing. We are trying to get to know his whereabouts and eventually try to have a meeting. This is after we know where he is and etc. You are relieved of your duty. Is that okay?
Yes, but what if I come across like those slaves? Shouldn't I immediately free them? Wouldn't that immediately help you?
I leave that to the good of your heart, Mr. Jean. I will try to do my best to free those poor people, but I'm in a foreign country that follow foreign law. So you understand that my position is not very good at the moment. I'm putting a lot of trust in
Goodness.
you because Jean-Jacques also reminded me that you were willing to help when we were in Aegeus. And he put in a good word because you remind him of a old friend of us. And more I look at you, and more you look like him. But, as I said, we don't mingle with fate and such things. We left that in the hands of the gods. So, please, try to discover what you can. Try to put us in the right, pointing us in the right direction. And after that, you are free to go where you want.
What if I am very successful and you want my help again? Are there benefits in that?
When we reach that point, we will see. I will
Excellent.
maybe take your good behavior in consideration.
I just smile. That sounds nice.
We don't know if the man is in this town, but apparently is also, according to some of the information that we have, is heading towards this place called Rock Hill. Rock Hill. Jean-Jacques and Fradeker say Rock Hill.
Rock Hill.
Yeah,
And how do I get there? Do you have any idea? Is it far?
apparently is according to what we understood is not far away from here, but that's one of the information that you need to acquire for us.
If I'm gonna leave town, I'm gonna need an upfront payment because
we
I
are
have no money and
we
I'm in
are
a new place.
we are coming with you.
All right.
So I will say they're your first 5 silver and the gold when we you come back with some information at the end of the day.
I smile. I smile and I'm like, I will find you in the scene at the Red Lion.
Yeah, we have an accommodation there. We will also book a room for you.
Can we just, you know, I don't know. Never mind. I just had an idea because I don't want someone to lead me back to you and just give me the money to book the room by myself in another name, maybe. But we don't really know each other, so it's not gonna make any difference either way.
Okay, we are holding on the booking, so you can feel free to decide if you want to stay or not. But we'll work you there. Good luck with your new appointed mission.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
You too.
And have a nice stay. I'm just gonna look for my short friend.
Okay. The two of them look at each other, look at you. She bow again. She just start to walk back. Now that you have seen her a little bit more up close and you started to get a little of conversation with her, etc., she is human characteristics, so what we call in Caucasian in the real world. But she has this slightly sign of scales on the back of her neck and part of her a little bit on the shoulder. You can see those because now she is in more civilian clothes and more than the uniform that usually has a collar that is quite high. So she probably human, but maybe there is a little bit of ancestry of previous race mixed in a lineage. I don't want to call her an hybrid between races, more like a small drop of different blood in the
Like an ancestral feature.
an eccentric picture, exactly. That is one of the things that this is a little bit of information for all the viewers and the players. There were different race in this world in ancient times, but the mixing of the blood, the mixing of the ancestry of the people, and etc., are slowly making the concept of race something so old that they are not important anymore. That is the reason why Tuskul, Karasix, Nansaks, Minotog, Shantri, and other ethnicity are considered just an ethnicity more than an actual race. Maybe they were a race in very ancient time, but they are not considered that anymore. And in Ictians and Sarikart are slowly getting the same treatment. You're not there yet. They are still considered a different race, but there is so many people that are having heritage of one of those other race in their blood that it became almost useless call them in that way. So some people are still consider Ictians and Sarikart a completely different race. Some other are just consider them humans, with just the fact that they have scales or gills. Plus, there are so many mixed couple over the centuries that some people maybe look like a complete alpha, but they develop gills on the side because one of the ancestors was an Ictians. It took a long time, and racism is not something that is completely eradicated from this world, but like everyone out there, there is different opinion on the matter. You look around looking for your friends, and your eyes caught each other because Amber is staring at you from one of the stools outside the White Deer Tavern.
I'm doing the Forrest Gump hello there.
Where have you been? Like I approach. No, you know what? I because I'm quite loud sometimes. Like I don't wait until I get very close. Where have you been?
I'm looking for ducks and or geese
Why?
to train them.
Why are
Oh,
you looking in the city? You can't find any geese in the city. We go outside the city.
yes. Well, my research in
You
extensive
have a
research,
research.
yes, my extensive duck research didn't bear any fruit, but I did find a place where I can find gunpowder. I'm heading over there right now. Do you want to join me?
Give me one moment.
Okay.
I want to ask you a few questions. Please remind me, why are you in Ingedir?
Oh yes, the letter to the mayor. Okay. Second thing, after I get the gunpowder, I need to give a letter to the mayor of the city.
Why do you need gunpowder? And why do you have a letter to the mayor of the city? What kind of letter is this?
Not the mayor of this city, just to be precise, the mayor of the Rock Hill city.
I remember the name. I didn't remember that this is not Rock Hill.
No, you are in Whalebones.
Okay. I've written down Rock Hill mayor letter. So
Okay, so you are in the wrong city.
I don't tell you that. That was between me and the GM.
Sorry. So you want to meet the mayor?
There is this
No.
entity in the sky that just pointed out is not here, and you just disappear between the clouds.
Dancing in the sky. So I need to go find gunpowder. Do you want to join me
Why?
to make bombs?
How are you gonna purchase gunpowder?
Who said that anything about purchasing?
You're gonna steal gunpowder.
I'm gonna borrow.
From whom?
I don't know. We'll see when we get there.
You know who uses gunpowder in a time of war?
As I was informed during my research,
Probably
they
the
are
Navy.
at war and they use a lot of gunpowder. So I don't think they'll miss a crate or two.
You're gonna steal from the Navy.
No.
Yes, that's who owns gunpowder. Typically.
Don't be like that. We'll figure it out when you get there.
You know what? I'm looking for someone actually here in the city, and I want to know if you met him while you were away, or you had the name. He's Charles something.
Oh, he's in the warehouse where I'm heading.
You're lying.
I'm not. Wait, I wanna roll for this.
Okay. So, we have a roll between players. What's gonna happen here is you roll first to do a deception roll because or a persuasion roll, depending if you're lying or you're not. I'll let you decide without telling,
He's
using
lying.
your panache. And on the other side, Jean need to roll insight with their cunning. Your target
I'll just
number
roll.
is what Hember is rolling as a result.
It's Panachen.
Deception.
You can decide if it's persuasion or deception. If you're lying, is deception. If you're telling the truth, you're trying to persuade him of following you.
It's okay. I don't have any of those, so it's deception.
Right.
I let you okay. I let you choose because and you go first deception, but just so you know, you don't need to tell because you're just telling your truth at the moment. So
What did you get?
That's it.
What?
I got a 1 and 2 twos.
okay,
So you have a 2.
2.
That's the worst
Two.
lie ever.
Okay,
That's a 6, that's a 6, that's a 3. I already have 3 dice with 6s. No, two 6s and 1 3.
okay.
And I reroll 2
I
dice.
stop you.
I don't think I
I
need
stop
to.
you there. For your
20.
point of view, Amber is lying through his teeth. It's almost like Pinocchio. It's like he's growing his nose. It's like, yeah, I know him. He's a friend of mine. It's like my cousin. You can spot the lie from miles away.
If I may, the way you know I'm lying is because I'm trying too hard. I put so much emphasis in the line, like, "Oh yeah, I know him. We go back. He was in the ship. Didn't you see him? We spent like a month together. I was like literally every day with him."
Like, you know what? I'm the storyteller here, so let's keep it this way. That's what I tell you.
Either way, I'm gonna go to their warehouse.
Yeah, but you still have. Oh, so you don't know that Charles guy? Okay, I
No.
just wanted to know.
Okay.
Okay,
In the meantime,
Can
you
you-
guys are walking towards the hedge of this warehouse, apparently, where...
I'm not gonna follow him to the warehouse. I'm not gonna go near that thing.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm trying to stop him actually.
Okay, okay.
Like, do not.
You know. Okay,
What
so
are you doing?
there's a moment of, exchange of like, no, don't go, you go in, don't go in, etc. We are just leave you there for a second. Because there is another meeting going on right now, and it's between those other two with a very flamboyant and I will say enthusiastic Sarptas. You guys see Cervantes at the edge of one of the pier. He's surrounded by a group of dock worker, or to proper use the right terminology of the time, longshoremen. A very old way to say it. And they are bringing boxes from one ship down to the docks. But at the moment, what is going on is like they arranged gangplanks and a system to bring from out of the ship a massive crate with oils on the side. And Cervantes is like, yes, slowly, please, okay? She is very, very afraid, so please, okay? Slowly bring her gently on the docks. And you guys approaching to him. He didn't seem to have noticed you yet.
Any recognizable noises coming from the
Right.
key, I think?
The
Yeah.
massive crate.
Yep.
There is a slow growling.
Oh, like growling.
Nice. Well, I think we approach Cervantes and say good morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, good morning there, Cervantes.
He is stop. He look around. He turn. Oh, friends, how nice to see you.
Hi.
What can I do for you today?
Well, you
Nice.
said
Oh, it's true. I
Cool.
say we have a meeting. Oh, silly me. Sometimes, if I didn't know that I have a head on top of this, I will lose it. As soon as he finished to say this, and his attention is not on the crate, there is a massive shake on the crate, and one of the workers is just like, "Hey!" And from one of the hole, you guys seeing something that look like almost like an insect leg.
an insect like.
Yeah, but the thing is, the size of is pretty much like this. Pretty much, my arms.
Ah,
And I say careful. Sorry, guys. Just a moment.
mm-hmm.
And he stop everyone. And he get close to the crate, and he literally put his face close to one of the all. Careful there. Is everything okay? Listen to my voice. Yes. And in the meantime, you hear this growling from inside, just going a little bit quieter.
What the fuck is that?
Good. Very good girl. Now, let's do this. And
I'm sorry.
he just go closer to you. Please, carry on.
What is in the crate? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, it's a one
What's
of
in
my...
the box?
Yeah. It's one of my little experiment.
Ah, nice.
Good. Look, if you want to attend to your experiment,
touch
you
blood?
said. Sorry.
What?
Did one of you touch blood?
We did. Yes, we actually took the samples you mentioned yesterday, and I was just gonna say,
Get
if you
away!
just want to
Please,
attend to
get
your,
away, please! Step
we do get
back
away.
at the beginning now!
We go back.
And he turned to the crates. Stay there, please.
Hmm.
I'm going to make a roll now.
No.
Very quiet silence. One of the worker just move it, and three of them are just trying to slowly adjust the crate from a different angle in order to put it down to the pier on something that I will define like pretty much a massive plank with wheels in order to move the crate on a more solid ground. And out of nowhere, the entire crate starts to shake. And this high-pitching sound fill the air. Something that looks like, not tentacles, more like antennae, are trying to get out of the hole in the crate, and it seems almost like they try to find something. And one of the workers is scared and you just let it go. The crate just hold there for just a few seconds and just, it's coming down! Get away from here! And there is a massive shouting and the crate just crash on the pier and crack before starting to slowly get into the water. What have you done, you morons? Shout Cervantes. In the meantime, the creature inside the crate just start to smash inside, try to get out, because the crate is slowly sinking.
Oh no.
Help me! Help me! Help my baby! Stupid idiots! And he just try to grab a crowbar, then he's just try to open the side of the crates.
Run.
You guys seeing this, and the other two of you hear this. There is a lot of shouting coming down from the arbor, and there is this massive crate with something inside that is smashing all over and shaking the crates, and there is this Sarikar Sarptas trying to open it, asking for help.
I'm running to save the babies. Well,
I'm running.
I just heard someone asking for help to save his babies, so I'm running to save some babies.
I'm running towards the crate. We're going towards the same direction.
Well, you haven't heard of the crate. You just hear someone
No,
shouting
you
No,
babies.
no.
You
He
heard.
said there is a blood screech that filled the air.
Yeah,
We hear that. All right.
yeah. All the commotion was very loud, so you heard all of those things. You didn't see it, but you heard it. Also the screeching sound and etc.
I don't run. I walk towards it. I want to see what happened. I'm curious.
I run.
You
I
run.
run to help.
But what you guys are doing, what the two of you, what Riska and Hazel are doing.
Well, he said to stay away from it, so I'm staying away from it.
Thinking quickly. I really don't know, because on one hand it sounds like something that would be nice to be on our side, but on the other hand, didn't sound very friendly from the crate. I step towards the crate to help Cervantes, because
Okay, it's like, I need to do this. It's like, I get this feeling, it's like, fuck, I need to do this. Okay,
Oh
and
no.
on you guys, getting closer to the crates, try to decide what's the best course of action. We are closing for tonight. And that's it for tonight, folks. Thanks again for watching. Hope you like it. If you do, please hit the like and subscribe, and I see you out there. Just a couple notes. The Tales of the Forgotten Sea game system is not ready yet. We are working on it just to improve it and make it better. One day it will be released, and we all can play it together. Thanks again, be kind to each other, and see you next time.